You good? Do you need a chair?
This one here, no, God, you're too nice to make. You need to be more active too.
It is Radio Plays It In, Ginting with anything. Yeah. 8:38. Plays It In. It's breakfast to play. It is a beautiful day on this Whoop Whoop Wednesday, 1st of July. But only a few sleeps until Durban comes alive. It is the Hollywoodbets Durban July happening this Saturday, the 4th of July. It is everything about fashion, about racing, music, a great day out to the track. And we could not do this without, first of all, thank you, Ali, for hooking us up with this. Thank you, Milo Man, for hooking us up with this. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. This man, he is a correspondent for the Racing Post, or he was at least, based in, is that Lambourne Valley?
In the Lambourne Valley, correct.
In the Lambourne Valley.
Royal Berkshire, England.
One of Britain's most historic private training hubs.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We were so fancy.
Wonderful place.
We're so fancy. He's a former racing editor for the Racing Post and various English publications, so that means more than one, as well as running Neil Morrice Racing. It is a tipping service built around insider information from watching horses train at close hand. This is something that you cannot just learn. This is something that has come with years and years of experience, and I'm so excited to have him sitting here live with us. Neil Morrice!
I am actually, Kerry, I have to tell you that
What?
my one and only job nowadays is the UK correspondent for Hollywoodbets, who of course are the sponsors of the Hollywoodbets Durban July, worth 10 million cool rand.
We were just talking about that this morning.
Absolutely.
10 million rand in prize money.
Yeah.
How have you not painted yourself purple yet?
Don't say that. My boss might hear. I'm a bit of a blue man, you know.
You know. Okay, so firstly, have you been watching the World Cup?
Certainly certain games, not everything.
And how's your World Cup experience been?
Well, my bet went out, sadly, a couple of days ago, Japan. And I backed
Japan
Holland. England. I'm English, very English, but I'm not quite sure how far they're going to go.
Yeah.
So it looks...
But I mean, they're still in. We can't say the same for Netherlands or Germany.
We're in.
Yeah, you're in.
And you've got to be in to win, but I think it'll be a hard slog for England.
And if you had to put your money down now for the winning, who's going to stand with the trophy at the end? Where's your...
Vive la France.
France? You think France?
Absolutely, yeah.
We spoke to a coach in Canada on Saturday. He said the same thing. He said he thinks it might be a French victory this year.
Yes, I think the Marseillaise is the greatest national anthem in the world. It's very uplifting. And I think at the end of the game, you'll be listening to that.
So, Neil, before we speak about the fact that you've covered, the Ascots, you've covered in Dubai. Obviously, now you're the correspondent for the Durban July with Hollywoodbets. Just a little bit about you, who you are, and growing up, because were you a little boy that was like, I want to be a horse race commentator? Was that like your dream? Or
Sort of, yeah.
Really?
Well, I liked sport, football very much when I was young, but when Dad took me to the races, I immediately got the bug. My grandfather was a huge racing man and sadly bet his inheritance away, which at the time was an enormous amount of money. So my father was always a little bit apprehensive about my love of having a bet, but it was something that immediately clicked. And when I left school, I sort of determined to try to become a racing correspondent. Yeah.
Yeah. May I jump onto you were talking about was it your grandfather that bet his inheritance away? I just want to jump onto that quickly because we are in a pandemic at the moment. And when I say the pandemic, the fact that people are addicted to their phones and to the online betting specifically. And there's so many companies out there, so we're not talking about one specifically, but I went to a course where the top searches recently in South Africa are all just betting and how much you get in your SASSA and how much of your SASSA. So SASSA is the grant you get. So that means you're like under the you're on the poverty line in essence. Do you think that this is a personal thing that we have to deal with ourselves? So like, I'm Kerry, I need to be the person to look after myself. Or do you think that it has to now start going into the hands of the government and the people that allow different advertising and stuff because of like what happened with your grandfather? and the fact that it's so widely available now?
Well, I mean, my grandfather lived hundreds of years ago when I think the whole situation then was a lot different to the way it is now.
Yeah.
As you know, in the UK, we have a similar sort of issue at the moment on regulating betting. I personally think it's wrong. I think...
What are they doing in the UK?
There is regulation on affordability, and they have checks and things like that.
Oh, so only if you're earning a certain amount you're allowed to?
I think that's the way it's done.
That's rough.
You know, I'm a very small punter myself, so it doesn't really affect me. And there are different ways of betting, you know, and I have to say my betting has always been one kind of betting, and that's on horses. I've never really been interested in anything else.
So you're not doing those like the slots and the games like that?
Absolutely not. I mean, I've been to Vegas 20 times and I've never had a bet on a
Wow.
table or on,
Wow.
on a handle, you know. But as far as my perspective is concerned about betting on horses, I think it's got a magnetism,
Yeah.
but there are certain other magnetisms about different forms of betting that are probably a little bit more of a draw to people.
Yeah.
And as I've never been in that domain, I can't really comment on that. But I think betting on horses is a very safe,
Yeah.
generally safe thing. And betting on football,
Yes.
I think for all the African people who go out there and put their 20 rand on every night or whatever, what's wrong with that? It's fantastic. That's perfect.
That's moderation, though.
Moderation. And I'm
You know.
sure that it gives the populace this interest rather than the thought that they're suddenly going to become millionaires. It's just a daily sort of...
For someone else that would go
hobby.
spend that on a beer or spend it on a pack of cigarettes.
Absolutely.
So let's then stick with the horse racing then.
Yeah.
Can you get good at it? As in, can you become a good horse race better? Or is it always completely just by chance? We're looking at the names of the horses that are running this Saturday, and Devek and I were just going through the names and being like, just name-wise, which one would you think? But now, obviously, you are sitting here with the know-how behind. So if you are going to go and like bet on horses, for example, what are you even looking for?
For a chap sort of rocking up at the track,
Yeah.
you know, the old-fashioned thing would be to look at the horses in the paddock, see how they behave.
But what are you looking for? I mean,
You're looking for a Coolio customer who looks as if he's enjoying or she's enjoying herself at the races.
how
She's
do
not-
you know if they're enjoying themselves? Yeah.
You know, she's not dripping in sweat. You know, she's happy or he's happy.
Yeah.
And he's on his toes and he's gleaming in his coat, that sort of thing. All those factors come into the equation.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're looking for a gleaming coat, not too sweaty. They're having a good time.
Absolutely. You can tell from the demeanour of a horse. It's rather
Hoofs
like
up.
the demeanour of the people that we're with in this room right now, you know.
Yeah.
You can see someone who's nervous like me and someone who's confident like you.
Oh.
You know, it's so apparent.
Well, you can bet on me any day. I know. All of a sudden, I felt like I was offering him a horse ride, but I'm sorry, Neil. I apologize. If there's a woman in your life, I'm respectfully, I'm
No,
sorry.
I haven't got anyone on
Well,
the-
excellent then. We are looking for investors. I'm going to take it for the team. Okay, so beside the fact that a horse looks a certain way, we were looking at some stats about ages, and that the 2-year-olds, the least amount of wins, a 6 or 7-year-old, the most amount of wins. Does age make a difference in these horses?
Well, obviously, as a horse goes through its career year by year, it increases the amount of prize money that it wins. of
Really?
course. Yeah. A horse's lifespan, as far as running on a race course is concerned, tends to be from the age of 2 to about 6, 7.
Yeah.
You know, so you've got 4 or 5 seasons to accumulate the prize money, which then is dispersed amongst the owners and hopefully pays for the training fees. So it's largely, to most owners in South Africa, the prize money side of things just helps you pay for the fees of having the horse and the enjoyment of being involved in a racehorse, in a syndicate. Some people lucky enough to be able to own horses outright. But when I say lucky enough, I think it's far more enjoyable if you're in with a few people.
Of course.
As I am lucky enough to be in with a few individuals in a couple of horses here. It's the social side of things. And I actually think, honestly, this social side is hugely important. That's what gives you the adrenaline rush, when you go to the races.
Neil, how does one go Harveys with the horse? Like, is there a horse Tinder somewhere? Like, do you say, all right, Mo, Ali, Neil, Devik, Kerry, we each going to put in, I have no idea what a horse goes for, so we'll look at that now. We're going to go and let's go to the horse where? Is there a stable somewhere you can just go pick a horse? Do you wait for them to be born? Do you get a call from someone saying a horse has just been born, it's up for sale? Like, at what age do you adopt the horse? Do you actually own it, or do you just rent it?
Well, you own it, but the way it happens usually is through word of mouth. You meet different people in your path through racing, and I never ever thought I'd be interested in owning a racehorse. In my younger life,
it's quite a flex, Neil, to say I own a racehorse.
Well, I don't. I'm a humble sort of 12th share owner. Fortunately, in one very good horse, or potentially very good horse, with some wonderful people, some of them quite well known in the hierarchy here in South Africa. So
which 12th is yours?
I won't elaborate on that, but it's, for me personally, that's a great dream come true, because when I came here to South Africa 15 years ago, I really didn't know anyone in racing, apart from my friend Gerald Sadler in Johannesburg, and talking about the amount of funding you have to.
Wait, and your only friend in racing had a surname that had saddle in it. Are you serious?
Well, kind of.
Come on.
He's a hell of a character. And the funny thing is about Gerald, he's got an insurance company up in Johannesburg, but he's got a runner in the July called Olivia's Way.
Oh, that's the one I chose.
And this mare,
I
Olivia's
chose
Way,
her.
Your pick.
Yes.
When he what's the word? Acquired Olivia's Way.
Yes.
When he bred her, the cost of the fee to take his mare to the stallion was only 5,000 rand. 5,000 rand.
So that's, in essence, you're saying that's what it costs to take her there to go and do
covering fee.
Do the covering fee, meaning
to the mating.
Yeah.
So he took Olivia. He took Olivia to a horse called Pathfork.
Yes.
Pathfork. Yeah. Do you
Neil.
get it?
Yes, I get it, Neil.
Sounds a bit phallic, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm here, but that's how Olivia likes it. It's Olivia's way.
Olivia and Fork, they met up in Natal.
Can I be the man I need?
And then you get Olivia's Way, who, when she was a foal and a yearling, spent all her time in Gerald's riding school, Chartwell Riding School on the edge of Joburg.
I know where that is.
And then went into training with Roy Magner, who's, I think Roy is 79, 79-year-old Zimbabwean trainer in Joburg.
Whoa.
And she's, managed to do well enough to get herself into the July. So we all wish Gerald and his wife Shirley and his family all the very best, and Roy Magner, who, by the way, is one of our oldest license holders here in South Africa.
That is just remarkable. When it comes to naming horses, are you allowed to name a horse anything you want?
I could get into this one. We had a spate in the UK about 30 to 40 years ago where certain individuals were using artistic license, if that's the word, to name horses that somehow or other got past the doddering old jockey club people who allowed or disallowed it, who really hadn't a clue what was going on.
Those ones that you only, when you say them out loud together, do you realize what you're saying?
To you and I, even to someone as old as me, it was pretty obvious, but they got through. And when you look back on it, you seriously can't believe that it happened. There were so many that one of my colleagues wrote a book about it.
No.
Yeah.
And so then as a commentator, when you've got to say the horses' names, and if they are names that are rude or considered over 18, what do you do?
Well, I don't know. My colleague, David Ashforth, he named his book 50 Shades of Hay.
Didn't we have one of those?
We did.
I must get you a copy. And in that 50
so
Shades
funny.
of Hay, most of it's about these namings. How on earth that they got through. Not all of them rude. Some of them
just
kind of very interesting.
Harry Trotter and
but
stuff.
there were some really bad ones. I mean, the poor commentator, I think the best one, and I can name this, please everyone, the best one and the one I love is Norfolk and Chance.
No fucking chance. That is outstanding.
Do you like that one?
I love that one.
Norfolk, you know where that is? That's a county in the UK.
Yes.
And Chance. It just, for the commentator, I mean, for Alistair Cohen, how he would have handled that, I don't know.
Especially if the horse was not doing well, if it was like the donkey at the end.
Exactly.
Coming back to, you're saying, actually, as a little boy, you did, obviously growing up with the betting around you and the horses around you with your dad and grandpa. When it comes to wanting to do commentating, I know from the rest of the horse world, so my sister's married into, I don't know how well if you know the racing here well, but Kevin Shea, he's Shazy. So my sister's married to Kevin's son. So my sister's like in there, and obviously Kevin he won the July twice riding. Once was a photo finish. I think he wrote Epitombi. So we're a little bit in that. But obviously Kevin, he left school to go to jockey school. There's a whole route that you go as a jockey. If you're doing commentating, is there a course for this? Is there how do you learn?
In terms of?
To become a commentator. Because you guys have got a specific thing that you do.
I mean, I'm not a commentator. If you ask me to go into a commentary box, like Alistair Cohen and Nico Kritsiotis, I mean, to do that, I think I'd just pass out, I am a commentator in terms of the way that I write.
Okay, yes, I see what you mean, the commentary.
I can do a broadcast and, an interview, but I was...
No fucking chance coming up the back, no.
I was once at a West Country meeting in the UK and the commentator didn't show up owing to some traffic, and they said, we need you to go up and do it. Now, I simply couldn't do it.
Really? Did you freeze?
I feel bad about that because I should have done it. But I just didn't feel I had that confidence. Oh, and by the way, Kevin, if you don't mind me saying.
Please.
Kevin and I think it's fair to say we're pretty good mates.
Oh, excellent.
I used to go all over around the world with him and Mike de Kock.
Yes.
I mean, I've raced with Kevin in Dubai, in America, Europe, all over
and for those of you who don't know, also Mike de Kock, one of the best trainers that we've got here as well. He's a trainer, right?
He is.
Yes.
The king of trainers.
The king of trainers, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kevin, of course, is such an amazingly entertaining fellow.
That is the most beautiful way to be respectful of a man who's off his flipping head.
Since he quit the saddle, I think he's done a great job on the track.
Yeah.
He's got it. But believe me, socially, some of the situations.
You had him in his naughty face.
I can't
still.
tell you about those.
Oh, but you can.
We've got to keep those off air. Yeah, if you're listening, Kevin, we really do need to keep those off.
Especially because at the moment his wife is in Australia visiting the kids, so he's here alone.
Oh dear.
Okay,
well I'll see you in Joeita's on Friday, Kevin.
You know him very well. That's amazing. So let's look at this weekend coming up, and I know it's already almost news time. I can't believe it, but for this weekend coming up, if someone had to say to you, Neil Morrice, I have got some time with you. It's the 4th of July, Hollywoodbets Durban July. What? I use the word tips lightly, okay? But what tips would you give me for this weekend? Which races are you most excited about? Anything specifically that you would let someone know, perhaps who's doing their 10th or their first Hollywoodbets Durban July? And of course, when it comes from the punting angle, if there's anything there you want to tell us.
Well, if you're doing your 10th Durban July, I'll leave it up to you, buddy, to make your own decisions because you're obviously a man of knowledge by then. You've got the, you got the ticket. If you're a newcomer, if you're a rookie, what I would do is I would look at the names of every race and pick the name that you like the best. Because believe me, although plenty of favourites win, plenty of roughies win. Honestly, when you're trying to get the pick six, for example,
What does a pick six mean?
that's when you're looking at 6 races and you have to get the winner of each of the 6 races.
Whoa.
And the dividend tends to be quite huge, but it can only be huge if there's the odd surprise. And there always are surprises. So if you're a newcomer, just look at race by race, pick out a horse, you like the name of it, and go with that. That would be my advice.
Oh, so you, in essence, are saying that if a horse has made it into one of the races, and let's talk the main race specifically, if a horse has made it into the main race, there's a good chance it has a chance.
But there is another way, actually, to surpass that, and that would be, if I was writing about all the South African races, as I do the UK races on my blog,
Yes.
I would be humble enough to say, well, follow me. But of course, I don't really write about the South African horses, only my own.
Well, what
in
is
the
your blog
UK.
for anyone that is in the UK listening or watching?
Sorry?
What is your blog? The name of your blog?
Oh, Hollywood Sports blog.
All right, perfect.
Hollywoodbets Sports blog.
All right, so you can find that because we do
On
have
the
people
Hollywoodbets site. Yeah.
listening and watching from all over
Every
the world.
day.
So, oh, really?
Every day.
Okay,
Yeah.
so just look for that online. But so for this weekend, what
For
would
this
you
weekend,
say?
Okay, I'm going to go straight to the July. Let's not mess about. But I'm allowed to tip more than one horse in the race. Here they are. Where are we here? From Morrice, that stud, owned by Jessica Slack, I
Yes.
believe.
Yes.
And an institution that have provided a lot of July winners over the years, I think 6. They've got a runner, a filly called Mocha Blend.
Mocha blend.
I'd put her into the mix, as it were. Justin Snaith, legendary trainer, always saddles at least 2 horses, sometimes as many as 6 in the big races
Wow.
here in South Africa. 2 from his yard. Note to Self, ridden by top ace Cape Town jockey Richard Furry, and Wishlist, ridden by veteran jockey Andrew Fortune.
What does a veteran mean in horse racing terms?
Well,
over 30, over 40?
I'd be a veteran. I mean, but I couldn't ride at my age, and I'm not telling you what that is. But Andrew Fortune, he's made the most amazing comeback from retirement, and he trained for a little while in his own right. But he's now come back and riding as well as ever. And I like this one as the potential winner.
Okay.
A filly called Wish List
Okay.
for Andrew. He's a good judge, Andrew. And this filly is unbeaten at Greyville. I'd put her as number 1, but I'd throw into the mix for the trifectas, your exactas, etc. I'd put Note to Self and also Mocha Blend. And let's put a little bit of... what's the word? I'm very loyal to my friend Gerald, so let's put Olivia's Way.
Come
in
be
as a
the
roughie.
man I need. Yes, Olivia.
Yeah, that she would really pep up the dividends if she got into it.
Well, that was really the first, when we were looking, I was like, I went straight for Olivia's Way. I don't know why, if it was straight from the name or whatever it is, but I'm also hoping that we're on it. Tavik, would you put something on for me?
What do you mean?
Like when you make a bet on my behalf. And if you lose, sorry. And if you win, give them the money to me. Yay. Neil, when it comes to deciding if a horse wins, who is the one to congratulate? Do we congratulate the horse, the trainer, the jockey, the groomer? Who is the one that gets the high five?
It's always a team effort. You know,
Okay.
and I think more than ever now, that is the thing you have to remember, all the way down from the trainer, who really is probably the pivotal person, the jockey. Poor old jockeys can be heroes and villains, you know. They can put in a good ride or a bad ride or a moderate ride or a fairly good ride. If they get lucky and they avoid traffic in the race, they can win. But sometimes it just doesn't work out. But the jockey has to be obviously congratulated. And of course, the grooms who, under the radar, put in so much work. The grooms, and it's so pleasing now to see in South Africa the grooms getting so much more attention and
I
part
also
of
think
it.
so.
Yeah, they're hugely
And
important.
I think a big shout out to Owen and Devon and the team actually from Hollywood Bets to them for putting a spotlight onto the groomsmen and groomswomen, because it is, I think it was something that was overlooked for so long. And I know they even get little bonuses. I say little, not little, but they get bonuses and all of the things.
Yeah.
Just a quick one. An average horse and a great jockey, or a great horse and an average jockey. Who got more chance of winning? Average
Say
horse.
that again, Karen.
So an average horse
Yeah.
and a great jockey.
Yeah.
They got the same trainer.
Yeah.
Or a great horse and
Yeah.
an average jockey.
Great horse and an average jockey
That's going to take the cake.
going to be more. They'd win more times than an average horse
And a great jockey.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
good to know. I'm just so intrigued by all of this because the horse is the athlete, the jockey's the athlete. They're very much the trainer is so much more than just a coach, and the groom is so much more than just a groom. So I'm always so intrigued by the horse racing community, and when a win happens, I'm always just like, who did so well today? Did the jockey do so well today? Did the horse do so well today? So you reckon a good horse with an average jockey's got more chance?
I think what we need to say though is that there aren't really that many average jockeys.
Okay,
The standard of jockeyship in this country has gone up to such an amazing degree that it's not like that anymore. I think years ago it probably was, and also it's very rare that you get a great horse matched up with an average jockey because the owners of great horses
Of course,
want great
jockeys.
don't they? But jockeyship here,
Unbelievable.
the standard has gone right up the scale, and all credit to the people who teach the jockeys here, the riding
Of course.
jockey schools here, who've done a great job.
I always wonder, does the horse know it's won? You can see a dog knows if it's done well. It wags its tail and it gets super excited. I wonder if a horse is aware that it's done a good job, or it's just living its
I
best
think
life.
they are.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got a pet, have you got a pet?
I don't have a pet. I've got Devek.
But when you have a pet, like whether it's a dog, especially, they know,
Yes.
and horses are I'm sure the same. Giving an animal affection as you do, and of course, it is true that when they win, you tend to give them a bit more affection.
Exactly.
when they trail in last. But I'm sure that they appreciate it and acknowledge it, and they know exactly what's going on.
Okay, Neil, before we let you go, what are you going to be wearing this weekend?
I would like to wear one of the Hollywoodbets special suits that my employers wear when they have runners all over the world, like at the Breeders' Cup, and
Yes.
they're amazing. But I'm not going to lean on Owen or Devin for that. No, I am going to just rock up in what I call a tea planter.
What is it? A tea planter?
That is a linen suit,
Ooh.
and it's cream,
Perfect.
and that's
Perfect,
it.
yes.
Yeah.
Classic.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm gonna go racing in a tea planter.
Neil, I'm hoping for a picture from you, please, once you're dressed.
I'm not very photogenic.
It's fine. It's not the
I
face
better
I'm
put my
looking at.
makeup on before we do that. Yeah.
I want your outfit of the day, okay?
Yeah.
Please.
Right. Well, as long as you'll come and
Do you need a +1? There we
join
go.
in, I'm
There
a
we
bit
go.
lonely these days.
Oh, Neil, no, man. You're never lonely with PlayZN at your side. We're so happy that you came with us
Yeah.
this morning. Honestly, thank you so much. Very excited to have everyone come and visit, and I hope that you continue to enjoy our wonderful weather. How long are you going to stay after the races?
I'm not staying here for long.
Oh.
Sunday, I think.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go and see a few people in Joburg.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. It's cold there.
It's
isn't
cold.
I need my hot water bottle and my electric blanket.
Can't we
when
get
I'm
your
there.
Joburg friends to come visit here, rather?
They do, but people are very loyal to their own cities,
I
aren't
understand.
they? Yeah.
But Neil, we're so grateful that you came to visit us. Enjoy your time in Durban. Good luck for the weekend.
Thank you, Kerry.
And I will either be calling you on Saturday evening, thanking you for your tips, or asking you for my money back.
Don't worry, I'll be hiding.
Oh, excellent. This is Radio Plays It In. I know we're very late for news. Sorry, everyone. This is Plays It In, and this will be up very shortly. I promise you, so that if you missed the tips, we can get them for you. They'll be all up on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, on all the places.